known, 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 don't know, don't know. So one equation with two unknowns, but what do I know about x1 and y2? Well, yeah, I know that x1 is in equilibrium with yd. Remember that? Does that make sense? Should I go through that slower?
X1 is in equilibrium with yd.
X1 is in equilibrium with yd. Because if it's coming off an equilibrium stage, the compositions are in equilibrium. So yd is coming off here, x1 is coming off there, they're in equilibrium.
So they should be the same.
No, not the same. So x1 yd lies on the equilibrium curve. So yd is right here.
Okay.
Where yd crosses is x1.
Why wouldn't that be y1 then?
Why?
That's x1, then why wouldn't the one going up be y1?
Yeah, so, yeah, we could call it that. It doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
semantics. Oh yeah, by the way, the plate efficiency problem from last week,
It was
part
broken?
1.
Nobody got it?
No, but I was kind of surprised that I got a lot of nonsense answers. And like, not to, like, oh, you guys are dumb, but. So if the liquid coming off the stage is a certain composition, the vapor coming off that stage can't be less than that composition. Because otherwise you're not separating anything. So remember, the compositions that we say are the more volatile component. So if you boil stuff off, the vapor is always going to be enriched with the more volatile component. Make sense?
What was the answer?
Something greater than 0.6.
0.72.
Yeah, yeah. I got a lot of like 0.4s, which I know why you did it, because you drew the line the other way.
How much did you take off of that?
15 or 20 or so.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Wow.
Those are our boxes.
Killer.
That's it.
No, not yet.
Yeah, 15.
Just learning experience. Learning experience.
But didn't you have to guess the concentration and then use the slope and then go up from there?
Yeah, but it didn't affect it. It was so little.
Huh? Hold on, I can't hear you. One more time?
Because when we do operating lines, everybody.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll get there hopefully. So I'm going to do some mass balances and we'll get there. So my point is, if you know yd, then you know x1 because it's on the equilibrium curve. So you know your yd, wherever it intersects, that's your x1. Okay, so that makes this specified. So you can solve for y2. Y2 is L1 x1 over L1 d2. Yeah. So now what you have is your equation in y equals mx plus b form. Where this is x.
So you would just look at that vertical line.
Is that
place the
minus?
Y on it, connecting those makes the operating line.
You do what?
Because you can mathematically solve for y2 at this point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
Draw it on the vertical line with x1.
Yeah, absolutely. You could do that. So you could you could solve and say your y2. That's a totally valid way to solve a problem.
Wait, should there be a negative there?
And that would be the
That's your
Solve for
operating
one.
line.
No, where's the negative?
Oh, never mind. You just, okay, got it.
Wait, where does the d over v2 come from? Sorry.
From this where I just divided through by v2
Okay.
to solve for y2.
Oh.
All right, so cool. So your slope of the first operating line is L1 over V2, and your intercept is this guy, which is somewhere.
I love Japan.
dv2 yd.
So we just keep doing this and then check if the number of stages? Is that how we like determine if our guess of YD is correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's your first step.
Yep, that's your first step. Now, you can go through and do the same thing for stage 2. This is stage 1.
Shit, I wasn't paying attention.
Stage 2.
Wait, does D over V2 times YD have any relevance to anything?
No, it's just the y-intercept. It's
But-
easier to just draw it through this point.
So you could just have your slope and have your YD and your XD, and then know where you
And
have your X1 and solve for Y2. Your slope, that was
Come on, one more time.
So if you have your slope, L over V2,
Uh-huh.
so then your slope formula is Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. And we already know.
No, so this one is L1 over V2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
So that equals Y D minus Y.
oh yeah, yeah. Rise over run like this.
So you don't ever need your intersection. Y intersection.
No, yeah, so if you just solve for y2s like this, you don't. That's equivalent to. Alright. I don't want to mess this up.
Or you can keep going and just write a statement like, oh, I messed up and I just. I mean, I seriously did that.
Okay, now I have a mass balance. I gotta figure out what I know. We know V2, we know all the flows basically. That's never a problem. We just solve for Y2. And now and we know X2. Good. Yeah, so we don't know X1 or Y3, but it's the same thing as last time. X1 is in equilibrium with Y2. X.
It should be X3.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does XD have to do with, what is XD?
Where is XD?
It's just where Y.
Oh, XD is YD. Because if it lies on the 45-degree line, XD is YD.
Okay.
Because that's the Y equals X line.
BJ?
Yeah.
On that stage 2 equation on the right side, let's say L3, X3.
I'm trying to figure that out right now.
No, yeah, it should be X3, and you know X2, L1, X1.
This should be X3, L3? No, this should be,
L1, X1.
this is what's coming in. So this is L1, X1. But we know X1, we don't know X2. Now it's right.
Yeah.
Well, we know.
No, but why wouldn't we know X2?
As soon as we make that next step, though.
Well, yeah, we know X2 now because it's in equilibrium with Y2. Now X2 is known, and Y3 is the only one we don't know. So we can solve for Y3.
So you would really get X2 off of that using your operating line? You could like using the equilibrium line?
Yeah, you could do that.
Why couldn't we do what you showed us last week to do?
You could.
Okay.
This is easy.
Is it?
This is just a different way of doing it. So in case you learn a little bit differently, you should be able to do it either way.
So you would do like 70 over 20 and like draw operating line?
Yeah.
What's that?
So you're saying you would do like, for the first one you do 70 or 20 over 70 and like.
Yeah, you could do that. So this is also 70 over 20. What you'll notice is also the V over L. So you could get your slopes that way.
I'm missing half a chair. Does it feel? Hold on. Do you know when the AAA thing starts or whatever? Is it only this week? thought. Yeah. Chick-fil-A might be open.
So now we have another line you should go through, and if you doubt that this works, you should check it out. But this should also go through XD. And that should also make sense because you always have to come back to the same point.
So if we have a problem like this, and we guess why we didn't go wrong.
You gotta go do it all over. You're gonna be here till 7:30.
Yes, that's easy.
Dude, that sucks.
So if you always know it runs through YT, so just calculate the L over V, because you know those to start at each stage, and then just draw the line that goes through YT and save the solving for each one.
Yeah. You can do that.
So when you get to your fifth stage, right, and you did that fifth step onto your last, operating line, then your reboiler, you just go over one more time and
Yeah,
go down.
exactly. So let me draw that a little bit. So that's it. That's absolutely the way you solve the problem. Is you can just go. You can just say, well, the slope is 70 over 20 here, 90 over 140 there, 110 over 160 there, 130 over 180 there.
What's the slope of the reboiler?
There is no slope of the reboiler.
I think last week you did, it was L2 over V2 in this case.
Yeah, that was. I don't look.
That's not right?
Yeah, that was wrong.
Okay.
I had to work it all out.
Okay.
Wait. What? So
Last week when we did. It's pretty pounds.
So that's the actual slope right there? L1 over V2? Which line is that?
And when you're going through all like stage 1, stage 2, the slopes all are going to meet at your original estimated.
That last one's 2 over 20.
Yeah.
That one over 8.
What the last slope is?
It's 10.
Oh, right. Perfect.
So then you make that.
All right, so what you would do is you'd step one over, now you're on the first operating line. These lines are all supposed to be horizontal and vertical.
What's
Step
the-
one over.
What's the first slope? 20 over 70 or 70 over 20?
70 over 20.
20 over L over V, right?
Yeah.
I guess it worked out.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Which
Yeah,
one?
yeah. So it should be something that's close to 0. It can't be greater than 1 because then your slope would be like that.
So 20 over 70 or 70 over 20?
Wait, I thought that was your R value.
It's for the first, for the top one.
Isn't 20 over 70 your R value technically, and then you'd have to make a slope?
No, this, in this
No,
case, it's a
no,
slope,
in
like,
this-
look at the formula right there.
Well,
Yeah.
L over V is already, I know, like that's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so that part's confusing.
Well, yeah, 'cause we're doing like R over R.
Right, so like that might be where you're getting confused. So the R is like 90 over 20 or something like that.
Is it? Oh, I thought you said it was the slope.
But R is L over.
R is not the slope.
Not L.
That makes sense.
Yeah, R is not L over B, it's L over D, which we don't have a D per se, so we have to just figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Better to.
So what's the slope of the first one?
2 over 7.
2 over 7. Got it.
First step on the first line, second step on the second line, and so on and so forth.
Who said 2 over 7?
I assume that.
Do you have it? Do you have the problem?
It's 2 over 7 and 4 over 9.
You worked it out.
No, I've done stages, and I worked out. He worked out. Like last.
I thought it bombed.
No, because that's the feed point.
Just keep.
That's the feed stage. Yeah. Yeah, so like remember how you have the stripping section and the rectifying section?
Yeah.
In this case, there is no rectifying section because there's nothing below the feed. The feed stage is like the last one,
Okay.
so there is no operating line.
So if the feed was like in stage 4 or something, you have to like change the slope, I guess, of the operating line?
Right, and you would do that by working out, you'd have another term in your mass balance. So instead of just two things coming in, two things coming out. Now you have two things coming in plus a feed coming in, and two things coming
BJ, if the feed is at the bottom, how would you draw it at the side?
You
You
don't
just
draw it.
ignore it because the composition is.
Yeah, because there's only one operating line. So you really only need to draw the feed to balance out your.
So the end result, you need to make sure XD plus XB.
Right, or whatever rule that you have. So in this case, yeah, in this case that is the rule. So that's not always the rule.
But because you're
Yeah, because you have to be in mass balance, so 100 times 50 has to equal D YD plus VXB. And you know, these are both 50, so 1 equals YD plus XB.
Wait, can you repeat what you said about the reboiler?
So the reboiler is the feed stage.
Right, but how do you do it on the diagram? That's a good point, because 0.5 is like.
It doesn't come in.
So, yeah, so there are no equilibrium stages below the reboiler. So there's no operating line for the reboiler.
So the feed is only when it's only for equilibrium.
Yeah, I mean I can draw the feed point right there if I'm feeding saturated liquid. But because all the stages are above the feed, I'm not stepping down onto another operating line. I'm just stepping on the line.
But when I was, because usually we would get the feed line and we would see the stages. If we use that typical method, we would say that the feed line for this should be at like stage.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily the case.
Right. So I'm constraining where the feed is. So you don't have to guess or figure that out on yourself.
Is there ever a point where this is more efficient than using a condenser? Like, is there a situation? Like if
I don't know. I haven't thought about that.
Like the volatility is like super high, you know. Yeah.
You're talking about number 5, people were 4, correct?
I don't know.
This is number 3 from number 5.
The line, the one with the line.
Yeah, I'm not sure what number it is.
On Robin, that one's like.
Are quizzes in the inbox?
No, I got them back just now, actually, so I gotta put them in probably tomorrow or Wednesday. Where it's not like
Azeotropic or or anything like that. So anything up to that. Not in
I'm not super. I just wanted to see that it less than equilibrium media stuff. So part 2 is
I think it's just like, I don't know, for next to see.
Is there any,
No, you've understood today.
Should we maybe look out?
What's it?
Should we look out for saturated media and stuff like this?
Wait a minute. Oh, for the feed?
Yeah.
Well, all that changes is the slope of the feed line, which doesn't matter.
So the saturated vapor was at 0.5. You said the
do
feed
they have
line
feed-
at Y is 1.5.
Yeah, but like Yvonne pointed out, we never use the feed line because there's only one section.
So what did you say, sorry?
There's only one section. All the stages are above the feed.
Okay.
So there's nothing like where you need the feed line in order to do your math.